White Hot. Now, Sandra, you've written 67 New York Times bestsellers, which is incredible to me. Now, White Hot is a fabulous title. What makes it a great movie?
Well, I think the reason the producer was drawn to it, he came to me as a fan of the book. And I think one reason it lends itself to the movie so well is because it's not only a murder mystery, but it's also about a very dysfunctional family. Because of the death of one of the children in the family, they all have to come together and address issues that have been avoided for at least a decade. And so at the same time they're trying to solve the murder, they're trying to resolve the resentments, all of the discord in the family. And John plays the father, the patriarch, with whom most of the children have issues of one kind or another. But it was a very different role for him, but he does it brilliantly.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
John, I want to know, what was it about this particular project that got your attention?
I enjoy playing the complex father figure. The nice guy is one thing, but the complex father figure, like Sandra just said, there's a need to come together as a family because of this tragedy that's occurred. And there's a willingness on my character's part, a desire to resolve some issues, but the children, my daughter particularly, doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Hadn't spoken to me in years, we haven't seen each other in years, and just when we need to come together as a family to figure out the mystery, she won't do it. So in my mind, she's the bad guy. I tell you, it's a great opportunity for someone who has played a good guy for a long time to be able to expand. And as we were saying, I think because of my daughter's unwillingness to bury the hatchet in this story, her animosity toward me actually gets in the way of us solving this murder. So in a way, from my perspective, from Huff Hoyle's perspective, she's the one that refuses to grow. She's the one that refuses to speak. So she, in many regards, is the bad guy.
That's an interesting perspective. I've never thought of it that way, but that's a very interesting perspective.
She won't talk about it. She won't talk about it at all. And in so doing, she sets us back from figuring out the mystery. So it's a lot of fun. There are more levels, I think, perceived anyway. There are more levels to a tyrannical character, to a bad guy, than there are to a good guy. People don't ever ask why people are good. They just assume that they are inherently good. But people always want to explore in depth why bad people are bad. Yes. So it's a lot of fun, and this is a wonderful mystery. The book came out 12 years ago and has been selling copies every day since. So we know the words are tried and true, and hopefully we actor types did something good with those words and not something detrimental.
They did, and a lot of the dialogue in the movie, I kind of had some input on the script, and a lot of the dialogue came directly off the pages of the book, which is very important for the author. It's like, what a concept, you know. Let's go back to the original, and so that helped, I think, portray the characters that I saw in my head, and I heard what they said, and I saw what they did, and I wrote it down. I always feel almost like a reporter more than a creator, because I write so visually that I see the action, and I just kind of relate it to my reader. And so it was great to actually hear the words spoken by the actors that I had heard the first time in my head. It is very freaky.
Very cool, though. I love to hear about process, so that's really cool to hear about some of your process. Now, John, I want to go off the tracks for a little bit, because I've always wondered this, and I can finally ask you. How does your faith impact the decisions you make in the entertainment industry, given that there's so many questionable things that happen there?
Well, there are many sides to a story. Some of the worst people in the history of literature are in the Bible. So
true.
So there is a time, I think, in people's walk that they only want to be the good guy. They only want to depict warm and fuzzy things. But in order to understand good, you have to explore evil. You have to recognize the existence of it.
True.
And I think that as an actor, as someone who is living an arc, not just playing an arc, there's great opportunity for me now to look for characters that will help the good guy be better by being a really tremendous bad guy.
Yeah,
and as an actor, it's very rewarding too. You have to have those characters. You have to have Herod.
Yes.
You have to have a wonderful one who's on the fence, Pontius Pilate. You have someone who says, "Hey, this is not my issue. Mm-hmm. This is your issue." That's a wonderful character to play. So I'm enjoying it. So people want me to do warm and fuzzy, preachy things. I just don't want to do those anymore. And I feel that there was a time to preach to the choir.
Yeah.
But there's not anymore. I believe that myself, I'm past that time. So that's why I love playing Huff Hoyle. So Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
I remember your turns on Diagnosis Murder as a Killer. So, and I thought this was fascinating.
Oh yes, well, to have the opportunity to work with Dick Van Dyke, I mean, my gosh.
Okay, so I want to very quickly tell me about your film mentorship program.
We do several films a year at John Schneider Studios in Holden, Louisiana, and every film we do, we invite people in from all departments to learn camera, learn sound, learn lighting, sometimes learn acting if that's what they're interested in. But I believe that I was mentored through the Dukes of Hazzard, so I believe in returning that favor and mentoring new folks who are interested in film, in cinema, in storytelling through the program there at John Schneider Studios. I love it. Every minute of it.
Excellent. Now, Sandra, when and where is the premiere of White Hot?
It's this Sunday, April 17th, on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
Excellent. Now, to close it out, because I got to go, I'm running over here. Random question for both of you. You're a best-selling author, Sandra. John, amazing actor, love you to death. Would either of you do Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, absolutely. I wish they'd call me tomorrow.
Sweet.
I could not see myself on Dancing with the Stars. Dancing comes to me as naturally as walking does to fish.
Yeah, I would love it. I would love it.
I will watch you on Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, that sounds great to me.
Thank you very much.
Bye.